Hi, Jeepita and Aisha.
Good
How are you?
evening.
Good evening. Only two have joined the session. Okay, so tell me, did we done the physical properties? Okay, so I think we have completed till the physical properties, right? So today we are going to start with the chemical properties of carbonyl compounds. Okay, so concentrate here. These are very, very important reactions. Okay. So, chemical properties में first property is a nucleophilic reaction. Nucleophilic addition reaction. Okay, so write down nucleophilic addition. So suppose we have a carbonyl compounds. It can be ketone or aldehyde. Okay. So when you add a nucleophile, any nucleophile is added to a carbonyl compound. When you treat a carbonyl compound with any nucleophile, so what happens? You know very well this carbon and oxygen between these two, carbon is electropositive, right? Because oxygen is more electronegative, so it will acquire partial negative charge. So the carbon will acquire partial positive charge. So nucleophile, which is electron deficient, which has a negative charge, so it always attack this carbon. It always attack this carbon. So when this nucleophile attack this carbon, this bond will shift over here, and you will get carbon here, O negative. Okay, there's two bonds, and you nucleophile will attach over here. Okay, now it depends on this, like this bond. If you take the ketone, so here R group and R dash group will be there. And if you take the aldehyde group, so here R group and here H group you will take. So it is according to you. So for both the aldehyde and ketones, the reaction will be same, right? So that's why I have just taken the common example, common carbonyl compound मैंने लिया है यहाँ पे carbonyl compound when it is added to a nucleophile. Okay, so nucleophilic addition reaction it is. So nucleophile will attack this carbon, right? And you will get this one. Okay, now for further when you give the H plus ion, okay, आप acidic condition में दोगे, आप कोई भी acid दोगे in H plus, so it will give you H plus ion, and you will get the H plus ion will get attached to this oxygen, and you will get this alcohol. You will get this alcohol. So that is the nucleophilic addition reaction of carbonyl compound. Is it clear, Jabita and Aisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now let's see first nucleophilic reaction. First, write down the heading. The addition of ammonia and its derivatives. Addition of ammonia and its derivatives. Okay. See here, suppose this is a carbonyl compound, and if you add NH3, ammonia. So on treatment with ammonia, okay, the carbonyl compound will get converted into a imine. Okay, now what is imine? The carbon and double bond nitrogen. This is known as imine. Whenever the compound contains this structure, carbon double bond nitrogen. So what is this? This is your imine. Okay, and here hydrogen. So see, let me explain this. Carbon, this is your carbonyl compounds. If I write ammonia like H2NH, can I write this? Yeah, N and H. There are three hydrogen. Two hydrogen I have written like this, and one hydrogen. So what happens? This H2 it gets combined with this oxygen, and यहाँ से water release हो जाता है. Okay, the water dehydration will occur, and you will get carbon. Okay, the double bond and this NH. Okay, carbon, nitrogen, and hydrogen. Right. So you will get this one. So what is this carbon and nitrogen? This carbon double bond nitrogen. It is your imine. You will get imine over here. So on the treatment with The carbonyl compounds, when treated with the ammonia, so it will give you imine plus water. It will give you imine. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Suppose we have carbon, this is a carbonyl compound plus your NH2Z. Suppose if I replace this hydrogen by any other group, like any other group, if I say Z, NH2 and Z, and Z can be anything. It could be hydrogen, your OH group, okay, any phenyl group, anything. Z could be anything. If I replace this hydrogen of ammonia by Z group, okay, Z can be anything, OH group, your hydrogen group, anything. So what will be the product? What will be the product? So the mechanism is very simple. What you are supposed to do, these two hydrogen plus this oxygen, it gets combined and the water will be removed out. The water will be removed out. Dehydration will occur. Now, this carbon double bond, it gets combined with this nitrogen, the remaining part, the remaining fragment. When the hydrogen combines with the oxygen, the water will be released. Okay, the water will be released, and the remaining fragment of ammonia, okay, ammonia derivative basically, this N and Z, it gets combined with this carbon via a double bond. Okay, so basically it will form a imine, substituted amine, carbon double bond nitrogen, and nitrogen से क्या attached है, this is Z. So this will be your product. This will be your product. Now, suppose, okay, like that, if suppose I write carbon and oxygen plus suppose NH2OH, NH2OH मैं दे दूँ. So what is this? This is your hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine. Okay, OH group is hydroxyl and NH2 is amine. So this is a hydroxylamine. So when carbonyl compound is treated with hydroxylamine, so what will be the product? Just quickly write it down. The mechanism will be same. You have to basically hydration कराना आपने. This H2, this H2, it get combined with this oxygen, okay, and the water will be released, and the remaining fragment, this NOH, will get combined with the carbon via a double bond. Okay, so just do that quickly. Next question. Carbonyl compound plus, if I give you hydrazine, NH2, NH2. So NH2, NH2 is hydrazine. What we call it as hydrazine. Next is your carbonyl compound plus NH2, NH. Okay, if I replace one hydrogen from this hydrazine by a phenyl ring, by a phenyl ring, suppose this one. So what is this? This is your phenyl hydrazine. We call this as a phenyl hydrazine. This is, you can write here. And what is this? This is your phenyl hydrazine. Hydrazine. Okay, now quickly write down the product. Yes, Jubita, first one. When carbonyl compound is treated with a hydroxylamine. So what will be the product, Jubita?
A double bond NH2 plus H2O.
Okay. C double bond N. And what about the next one? OH?
And
What happens?
NH
What you're supposed to do? This two hydrogen plus this oxygen. It will be removed as a water. Okay, and the next thing, carbon and double bond nitrogen आपने attach किया, and the remaining group, what is this? Hydroxyl group. You have to attach over here. So you will get this group. Okay. Yes, Aisha, next one. Right.
C double bond NH2N plus H2O.
Okay. Yes, good. Plus H2. So basically, this H2 plus oxygen will be removed as a water, and you will get C double bond N and NH2. Very good. Yes, Jubita, third one. The mechanism is very simple.
Ma'am, I don't know, ma'am.
Why you don't know, Jupiter? Just try it. What I said, what you're supposed to do, this nitrogen NH2, right? So you have to remove two hydrogen from here and one oxygen from here. So this H2O, okay, H2O will be removed, okay? And let's start from here, right? From here, carbon, okay, double bond. And what about this one? H2 remove ho gaya, and this NH and this phenyl ring. N, NH and this phenyl ring. Just write it. It's very simple. NH and this phenyl ring. What is the product? The mechanism is very simple. Just remove the water and the remaining fragment just join it by a double bond. Carbon and nitrogen double bond से अपने remaining fragment को join कर देना and you will get the product. Here, okay. Next one. Okay, let's understand the proper mechanism of that. Mechanism देखते हैं. Why we are removing the H2 from the nitrogen, from the terminal nitrogen. See, we have this NH and this NH2. Okay, so why this only we have removed this H2 from this terminal nitrogen? Why I have not removed this hydrogen? Okay, so let me explain this. Okay, suppose we have this carbon and oxygen carbonyl compound, and we are just treating it with ammonia. Okay, we are just treating it with ammonia, and now ammonia has a lone. This nitrogen has a lone pair. Nitrogen has a lone pair, and lone pair of electron, basically electron present, and electron is negatively charged, so it will act as a nucleophile, right? So it is negatively charged, so it will act as a nucleophile. So this will attack which one, carbon or oxygen? Obviously carbon, because carbon is electropositive. Between this bond, carbon and oxygen is more electronegative. Okay, if it is more electronegative, so it will acquire partial negative charge, and this carbon will acquire partial positive charge. So this nitrogen will get attached to the partial positive carbon, this carbon. So this bond will shift here. Okay, now what will be the product? This carbon double bond, one bond, ऑक्सीजन पे नेगेटिव चार्ज, दिस बॉन्ड विल शिफ्ट ओवर हियर, तो ये ऑक्सीजन पे क्या आएगा, नेगेटिव चार्ज. एंड दिस NH3, okay, the nitrogen, one hydrogen, two hydrogen, three hydrogen. Okay, now see next thing what happens. Now tell me, between this hydrogen and nitrogen, which one is more electronegative? Yes, Aisha, between this hydrogen and nitrogen, which one is more electronegative?
Nitrogen.
Yes, nitrogen. So this hydrogen basically will get partial positive charge between these two. This will get partial positive charge. This will get partial positive charge. Now what happens? This oxygen has a negative charge, so it will abstract one of the hydrogen. यहाँ पे proton का abstraction होगा, abstraction of proton. Okay, so it will, the oxygen which has a negative charge, it will abstract one hydrogen. And now see here, 1, 2, 3. This nitrogen has 4 bonds. Okay, nitrogen is a tetravalent. उसके सिर्फ 3 bonds हो सकते हैं, but it has a 4 bonds, so negative. यहाँ पे क्या होगा, nitrogen पे positive charge, because nitrogen has 4 bonds. Okay, so 4 bonds को compensate करने के it will have a positive charge. Now this oxygen, it abstracts this hydrogen. Now next step में क्या होगा? So this oxygen gets, this hydrogen gets combined with this oxygen. So OH यहाँ पे प्रोटॉन का ट्रांसफर हो रहा है. The proton transfer to the oxygen. Now this carbon has now hydrogen, one hydrogen and the second hydrogen. Okay. Now when the hydrogen transfers over here, so this bond will come. Okay, this bond ये इसे cancel कर देगा plus charge को. And now you can see in the next step this hydrogen has three bonds. Okay, now it's satisfied. Now इस पे कोई भी plus charge नहीं होगा because it has already three bonds. Now again what happens? This oxygen has a lone pair. Again this oxygen has a lone pair. So again ये क्या करेगा? इसे abstract कर लेगा, right? Again because it is partial positive charge and this again has a partial positive charge due to the polarity. Now this oxygen again combine abstract this hydrogen. So what happens in the next step? Carbon. Okay, here OH2 plus charge आ गया इस पे and it has NH. It has NH. Okay. Next step you can show like this. In the next step, this OH2 which is unstable, so यहाँ से dehydration हो जाएगा. Water will be removed minus H2O. Okay, water will be removed and you will get basically, yeah, one more thing. When this bond removed, just a second, here, when this bond, when this oxygen abstract this hydrogen, so this bond will shift here. This bond will shift here means यहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा? Double. There will be a double bond between the carbon and nitrogen. Between the carbon and nitrogen, there will be a double bond. Okay, now this OH2 will be removed, water will be removed, and you will get imine. Carbon, okay, double bond nitrogen, NH. What is this? This is your imine. You just got imine. So that is the proper mechanism for this reaction. Proper mechanism. Okay, just clearly see that all the steps. And if there is any doubt, just let me know. Ask me your doubt. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay. And what about you, Jivita? Is it clear? Any
Yes,
doubt in
ma'am.
any step? Okay. Okay, so let's move further. Okay, so basically, what we are supposed to do, as I told you, is carbon, okay, plus, suppose this is NH3, ammonia. So again, you know very well this two hydrogen plus this oxygen. It will get combined and water will be released. Okay, water will be released and you will get imine. Carbon, double bond, nitrogen, and H. Okay, you will get imine. Now see, write down. Here I'm writing the reagent, different reagent. Okay, basically the carbonyl compound, CO group. This carbonyl compound will uh, react. Okay, will react when treated with different reagents. So what will be the product? You have to assume that. So suppose the reactant is same. The reactant all over the reaction is carbonyl compound. Some carbonyl compounds the reaction they create. Now the reagent will change. Reagent I'm writing over here. Here I'm writing the Z group. What will be the Z group in that? And what will be the product when it is treated with the carbonyl compound? What will be the product? Okay, now first write down ammonia. When you treat the carbonyl compound with ammonia, NH3, so as we have done that, so can we write ammonia as N, H2N and H? This is your ammonia, this is the reagent. So NH2 ke alawa, other than the NH2, what is the extra group? So the extra group is H. So what is Z over here? So Z is H, hydrogen. What is Z? Z is hydrogen. As I told you here, see this. This is Z. Okay, so Z group can be anything. So it depends on the reagent. Okay, in the reagent, you have to check other than NH2 group, whatever is present in the reagent other than NH2, that is Z. Okay, that is Z. So in ammonia, there are three hydrogens. So can we write this as NH2 and H? So other than NH2, what is extra? Hydrogen. So hydrogen is Z over here. Hydrogen is Z over here. So I will tell you the trick how to NH2 and H. This is nothing. This is a ammonia. Ammonia को ही मैंने ऐसे लिखा. Now, what will be the product? So product में क्या करना है आपने? You have to make imine, carbon double bond nitrogen. Okay, I'm just telling you the trick. Whatever the reagent, you are just treating the carbonyl compound with that reagent. So you have to, in any of the question, you have to make the imine, carbon and nitrogen bond. आपको ऐसे show कर देना, okay? Carbon and nitrogen bond. And whatever is present on here, like any CH3 group होगा present, so just attach to that. Okay, if here is hydrogen group, so you have to attach like. So basically, you have to make the CN bond, imine. You have to prepare the imine. And here, Z group आपने attach करना. So general मैं बताती हूँ. General representation आप कैसे करोगे? Product कैसे बनाओगे? Carbon double bond nitrogen. Okay, and here you will write the Z. Whatever the Z group is, Z is basically in the reagent other than NH2 group. Other than NH2 group, whatever is present in the reagent other than NH2 group is Z group. Okay, and आपने Z attach करना. First we have to write down the CN, carbon double bond nitrogen, imine बना देना है, and imine को this nitrogen should be attached to the Z group. And what is Z in this? So Z is H. So just attach this Z. So that is the product. That is the trick to write down the product. If you don't want to write down whole the mechanism, आपको पूरा mechanism नहीं करना है. In question, you have to write down the product only. So it's a trick. You have to prepare imine, carbon double bond nitrogen, and whatever the Z group is present, just attach the Z. Okay, so this is simple. Second thing, suppose second reagent, let's take it as hydroxylamine. Okay, so what is hydroxylamine? You should know. Hydroxyl means OH group. What is hydroxyl? OH group. And amine, NH2. So what is NH2OH? NH2OH. This is our reagent. Okay, this is our reagent. And suppose we just treat this reagent with a carbonyl compound. Okay, NH2 and OH. NH2 and OH. So you know very well, you have to remove two hydrogen from here and one oxygen from here. So basically, you will remove water plus you will form carbon and double bond nitrogen, and whatever is present instead of other than nitrogen NH2, so this OH. Okay, so you have to form that. But the trick, when you apply the trick, suppose this is a NH2OH. So what is extra? What is Z group over here? So Z group is that group other than NH2 group. Okay, other than NH2 group, whatever is present in the reagent, that is your Z group. So what is Z group over here? OH. OH. Okay, so product आप कैसे बनाओगे? Just prepare, write down the carbon and nitrogen, imine. Okay, this carbon nitrogen double bond, and you have to attach Z group. Whatever the Z group is there in the reagent, you have to attach to this. So that is the group. Is it clear? Aisha, Jupiter?
Yes.
Okay, if
Yes,
it is
yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Okay, if it is clear, then you guys will tell me the next. Okay, I'm writing the reagent and you have to write down the Z group and the product. What will be the product? Third is your, and if you want to write down the name of the reagent, so you can. So this is your hydroxylamine. Next is when the reagent is hydrazine, NH2, NH2. NH2, NH2 is hydrazine. So you have to write down the Z group and the product. Okay, just quickly write it down. Fourth one, if I give you NH2, NH, and this phenyl group, what is this? This is your phenyl hydrazine. hydrazine. Okay, then fifth one, write down. Fifth one is your NH2. Okay, then your NH2, NH, then your phenyl ring, and on the phenyl ring, on the ortho, okay, ortho, as well as on the para position, there is a nitro group. Nitro group is present on the ortho as well as para position. Sixth one is your NH2, NH, CO, then NH. Okay. Seventh one is your RNH. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is the name of the fifth group, fifth reagent? The name of the fifth reagent? What is this? Okay, just tell me what is this? Benzene. And on the ortho, suppose this is the NH2 group. आपको ये name बताना है. Just a second. This one. इसका name क्या है? What is the name of this compound? At least try it. No? Aisha, what is the name of this group? This compound? Okay, see. See, what is this? This is NH2 and NH2. This group is present on the first one. So corresponding to this group, if you number like this one, first position, second position, third position, and fourth position. So what will be the name? On the second position and fourth position, there is a nitro group. Can we write 2, comma 4, dinitro, dinitro, and what is this? Phenol. So what is this? 2,4-DNP, dinitrophenol. Clear? 2,4-dinitrophenol. Okay, so let me show you how we can write down the name. What is this? NH2 and NH2. What is this, Aisha? What is the name of this NH2, NH2? अभी अभी मैंने बताया था.
Hydrazine.
Yes, it's hydrogen, right? So if I remove one hydrogen, if I remove one hydrogen and add one phenyl ring, okay, like this NH2, NH, मैंने one hydrogen replace करा दिया. One hydrogen is replaced by this phenyl ring. So what is this? Phenyl hydrazine, right? It's phenyl hydrazine. Now what if I place nitro group on the second position and the fourth position? How you can write on the name? 2, comma 4 dinitrophenyl hydrazine. It's very easy. So that was hydrazine, NH2, NH2 was hydrazine. If I replace one hydrogen by this group, 2,4-dinitrophenol group, so you will write 2,4-dinitrophenyl because this phenyl, this ring basically is treating, you will treat it as a substituent, not a parent chain. आप इसे substituent की तरह treat करोगे and you will write 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. That will be the name of it. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now you can write here 2, comma 4 dinitrophenyl hydrazine. And the sixth one is, you see the arrangement, NH2, NH, and if I attach CO group, CO, NH2 group. So what is this? This is your semi-carbazide. आपको नेम रिमेम्बर करने होंगे. सेमी, इट इज सेमी कार्बाजाइड. Okay. NH2, NH, CO, NH2. This is semi-carbazide. And what is this? RNH, NH2, this is your amine. RNH2 is amine. Okay. Now, now you can write down. Just quickly write down the Z group and the product. What will be the product? Okay, I just explain you the trick how you can write down the product. Product may the general representation is carbon, double bond nitrogen, and here you will write down the Z. You will attach the Z group to the nitrogen. That is, so first you should know what is Z group. So Z group is the group other than NH2 group. आपको NH2 को remove करा देना and the other group, other fragment is the Z group. Okay, just quickly do that.
Ma'am, can you scroll down?
Yes. Yes, done. Okay. Yes, Jupiter. Tell me the first one, third one for hydrogen. What is the Z group?
NH2,
NH2. And what is the product?
C double bond N NH2.
Yes, very good. Now you got my point. And this is known as carbon double bond nitrogen. And here, if NH2 is attached, then we can call it as hydrazone. Hydrazone. Okay, so just remember when the carbonyl compound is treated with hydrazine, it will give you hydrazone. Okay, it will give you hydrazone. So hydrazine can be converted to a hydrazone by a treatment with a carbonyl compound, right? So this is hydrazone and this is hydrazine. This is hydrazine and this is your hydrazone. Just remember that. Carbon double bond nitrogen and NH2. So this is a hydrazone. Yes, fourth one, Aisha. What is the Z group?
Ma'am, I don't know what is its name, but it's NH and it's phenyl.
Yeah, it's NH and phenyl. Right, and what is the product?
C double bond N NH and phenyl plus H2.
Yes, very good. Okay, so this is your phenyl hydrazine. This is your phenyl hydrazone, not hydrazine. Hydrazone. Okay, and you can also write down the name of this one, carbon double bond nitrogen. And if there is OH group, okay, OH group अगर attached है, तो this is your oxide. What is this? Oxide. Carbon double bond nitrogen and OH group, hydroxyl group. So this is your oxide. Okay. And what is this? This carbon. So this is your imine. It's very simple. It's imine. Okay. Yes, Jupiter, next one. Fifth one. What
I
is
didn't
that group?
got for that.
Why I forget? What I said, how we can identify the Z group other than NH2 group. NH2, other than NH2 group is the Z.
Dinitropine.
Okay. Yes, so this one. Okay, this whole thing is your Z group. NH. Okay, and your phenyl. On the second position and on the fourth position, you have to attach them. This is your Z group. And what will be the product?
C double bond N
Hmm.
with dinitrophenyl group.
Yes, this whole thing. NH, then your dinitrophenol. Okay, so what is the name of this one? So this is your 2,4 dinitrophenyl hydrazone. Hydrazone. So 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine can be converted to 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone by a treatment with a carbonyl compound. Okay. Yes, Aisha, 6-1 for the semi-carbazide. What is the Z group?
NHC double bond O NH2.
Very good. And what is the product?
C double bond N NH C double bond O NH2.
Yeah. Okay. So what can you guess the name of this one product? This was semi-carbazide. And what is this? Just guess the name. Semi-carbazole. Right. So this is semi-carbazole. Okay. Yes, Jovita, last one. What is the Z group here?
R
Yeah. R group, alpha group. And what will be the product?
C double bond N R.
Yes. Okay, so basically you will get this is amine. Sorry, this is not amine, this is imine. Carbon double bond nitrogen. Okay, this is imine with R group. Means you can say that you will get a substituted imine. Substituted imine. And yeah, one more thing, it is also known as Schiff's base. Okay, it's a structure को हम क्या कहते हैं? Schiff's base. Carbon double bond nitrogen, and if any alkyl group is present. Okay, alkyl group is attached to the nitrogen, so it is known as Schiff's base. Okay, so just remember that. If someone asks you what is Schiff's base, so this is the Schiff's base. That is the structure of Schiff's base. Okay, quickly write down. Okay. Now, in the remarks, write down one more thing. So we have, see the structure of 2,4-dinitrophenol phenyl hydrazine. So this 2,4-DNP, the dinitrophenyl hydrazine, so it is used to distinguish between the aldehyde and ketones with the other alcohol, other groups. Okay, so if there is other groups like aldehyde, carboxylic acid, ester group. Okay, and one thing the other group is your carbonyl compounds. So this 2,4-DNP, 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. Okay, so I'm writing 2,4-DNP. This group. So basically ये जो 2,4-DNP hydrazine में जो 2,4-DNP है, this group. So this group on treatment or on reaction with aldehyde, aldehyde or ketones, it gives yellow, or orange or red PPT. If these colors, okay, if suppose you have aldehyde or ketones, okay, so if you add 2,4-DNP in the aldehyde and ketone, so it will give you a other yellow भी दे सकता है, orange or reddish PPT. So just so it confirms that your aldehyde and ketones is there. Okay, so your product is basically, it will help you in the detection of aldehyde and ketones from the other groups like alcohols, ester, etc. So this 2,4-DNP, write down, on reaction with aldehyde or ketones gives yellow or orangish or reddish PP. Okay, so therefore it is used it is used for the detection of aldehydes, aldehyde and ketones. Okay, suppose we have A. Okay, आपको unknown है. This is the unknown group. You don't know whether it's a aldehyde or ketone. Aldehyde है, ketone है, your alcohol है, ester. You don't know. This is unknown compound. So if you add 2,4-DNP, अगर आप इसमें क्या ऐड करते हो 2,4-DNP, आपने ऐड किया 2,4-DNP. So if yellow or orange or reddish PPT come, so it confirms that the your A compound, your unknown compound is either, it is not confirmed yet that it is aldehyde or ketone. Between aldehyde and ketone, you can't distinguish it. It only confirms that it has a carbonyl group. CO group is present. And you know very well, CO group, carbonyl group is present in aldehyde as well as in ketones. Okay, so basically, आपको ये पता चल गया कि this A compound is either aldehyde or ketones. Okay, so it distinguish this aldehyde and ketones by other groups, okay, ester, carboxylic acid, and alcohols, etc. So this A is either your aldehydes or ketone. Okay, so that's how this helps in the distinction, okay, detection of aldehyde. Is it clear, Jubita and Aisha?
Yes.
Okay, one more
Yes.
thing. Suppose we have, see the structure of semi-carbazide. What was semi-carbazide? Semi-carbazide was NH2, okay, and NH. This CO and NH2. Now, what is this? This is your semi-carbazide. Question है, there are two NH2 groups. In the semi-carbazide, you can see there are two NH2 group. Both the terminals NH2 group is present. Okay, both the terminals. So two NH2 groups in semi-carbazide. However, only one is involved in the formation of semi-carbozones. Okay, just think about it. Let's see who will give me the answer. Question समझ आया? What is the question? So in semi-carbazide, this is the structure of semi-carbazide, NH2, NHCO, NH2, right? You can see on both the terminal, NH2 group is present. Okay, it means that two NH2 group is present in semi-carbazide, but only one, which is here on the terminal, this one. Okay, so this one, this NH2, इसकी बात हो रही है. Only this NH2, this nitrogen, and this lone pair of this nitrogen is involved in the formation of semicarbazole. What is the reason? Why? Write down the reason why. Anyone? Just think about it. What could be the reason? No? Just think about it. Okay, see. See, you can see here this nitrogen. Okay, this nitrogen, it's lone pair. It is involved in the resonance with this carbon. This carbonyl group. Okay, so this NH2, this terminal NH2 group in semicarbazide, it only participates in the formation of semicarbazole. What is the reason? Because this is more nucleophilic. This is more nucleophilic, electron rich. What does nucleophilic means? Electron rich. Okay, and it is, you can see, it is not involved in the resonance with the carbonyl group. It is not involved in the resonance. ये free है, इसका lone pair है, ये free है. But this lone pair of this nitrogen is involved in the resonance with its carbonyl group. Okay, this nitrogen is directly attached to this carbonyl group, so it is not free. इसका lone pair free नहीं है, and it is due to that it is less nucleophilic. This is less nucleophilic, right? So that's why this lone pair of this nitrogen is delocalized through the resonance. Okay, so that's why it is not available to act as a nucleophile. So this lone pair of nitrogen is involved in the resonance, right, of this with this carbonyl group. So it is not involved. Okay, it is not basically a free नहीं होता. It is not free for the reaction. Okay, to act as a nucleophile. Okay, so that's why this terminal nitrogen, it is not involved in any resonance. Okay, it is free. If the lone pair is free होते हैं, so it is more nucleophilic. Okay, so it acts as a nucleophile and it attacks the carbon. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is the reason. ये question आ सकते exam में. The statement type of question that the semicarbazide, if you don't know the structure of semicarbazide, then how you can explain it? So that is important to remember the structure. What is semicarbazide? You should know NH2, NH, CO, NH2 bond. This is a semicarbazide. Okay, so you can now just write down the reason. What I said, this NH2, okay, so this NH2 has localized lone pair, which is free for the reaction. So it attacks on carbonyl carbon. But what about this one? So this nitrogen does not react. Why? Due to the delocalization, due to the resonance, due to delocalization of lone pair and resonance. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay, and if in your exam you can elaborate more. Okay, अगर ये ज़्यादा marks का आता है, more than 1 mark, so you can elaborate more. So that is the reason for that. Now, okay, let's do two more questions. So question is, you have to draw the structures of the following. Draw the structures of following. First one is your semi-carbazone of acetone. How you can draw the structure of semi-carbazone of acetone. Okay. Next is, you have to draw the semi-carbazone of cyclohexanone. It's very simple. It's very simple. The same mechanism you have to follow. The question is you have to draw the structure for the following. Semi-carbazone of acetone. So here, what is the carbonyl compound? So carbonyl compound is acetone. So acetone का structure क्या होता है? So CH3, CO, CH3. That is your acetone. Propanone is your acetone. Plus, okay, so semi-carbazone आपको बनाना है. Semi-carbazone of acetone. It means you have to treat, okay, you have to react this acetone with the carbazide, right? Carbazide. So what is the structure of semi-carbazide? You know, what is the structure? NH2, okay, NH2, NHCO, NH2. That is the structure. Okay, that is semi-carbazide. NH2, NHCO, NH2. Whenever you react the semi-carbazide with the carbonyl compounds, you will get a semi-carbazone. Okay, but here the carbonyl compound is the reactant here is acetone. आपको acetone को react कराना है किस reagent के साथ? Semi carbazide के साथ. And what you will get a semi carbazone. Okay, so you have to draw the structure of that semi carbazone. So CH3, CO, CH3. That is the acetone. And what is semi carbazide? Semi carbazide is NH2, NH, CO, NH2. That's why I just told you the you should know what is semi-carbazide by the structure. आपको structure याद होना चाहिए. Okay, when I say semi-carbazide, when I say hydrazine, so you should know NH2, NH2 is the hydrazine. That is important. Okay, and you know very well this nitrogen will not participate. Okay, this is involved in the resonance. So this nitrogen, okay, this nitrogen will participate. And you know very well the yeah. So whenever the acetone will react with the semi-carbazide, so what you are supposed to do? Hydrogen, two hydrogen from here, okay, one oxygen from here. Just remove that. Water will be removed out, okay, and just attach this. So what you will get? So you will get this carbon. This carbon से आपने क्या attach करना? This nitrogen. Basically, we have to prepare as I told you. What I told you. C, okay, and CN draw कर दो and you should know what is Z group over here. So instead of this NH2 के अलावा whatever is present, this is your Z group. So you have to attach the Z group over here. NHCO, NH2. That is the Z group. Okay. Other than NH2 group is the Z group. So first you have to attach this carbon double bond nitrogen and then attach the Z group over here. And Z group in this semi-carbazide is NHCO, NH2. Now, in the carbonyl compound, you have prepared basically आपने oxygen को remove करा है and just attach this nitrogen to the carbon. Now, what are the remaining groups? CH3, CH3. So just attach the CH3, one methyl group, the other methyl group. So that is the product. What is this? This is the semi-carbazone of acetone. This is the semi-carbazone of acetone. Is it clear? If you know the
Yes, ma'am.
mechanism, if you understand the mechanism, then it will very easy for you to write up the product. Whatever you are, आपको क्या करना है? Just two hydrogen, okay, and one oxygen. Just remove this as a water, okay, and this carbon should be attached to the nitrogen, okay, and the Z group आपने attach कर देना है, okay, and whatever the group is present to this carbon, the ketonic carbon, just attach those groups here, and you will get the product. So that is the semi-carbazone of acetone. Okay, do you want to try the next one? Semi-carbazone of cyclohexanone. Just write, follow the same mechanism, and you will get the answer. Just try this answer question. Semi-carbazone of cyclohexanone. So first you have to check or analyze what will be the reactant, what will be the reagent, what will be the product. Okay, just do that. Cyclohexanone plus semi-carbazide. Again, you will take the semi-carbazide. Just read that. Okay, just oxygen remove कर दो, two hydrogen from the semi-carbazide and attachment. You know very well how to attach the carbon and nitrogen. Okay, quickly do that. After doing this, I have a homework for you guys. Homework is reaction of, you have to write down the reaction of the following. with ammonia. With ammonia and all its all ammonia derivatives. All ammonia derivatives. Ammonia NH3 and ammonia derivatives मैंने बोला तो whatever I have just discussed over here, all the derivatives, six or seven derivatives मैंने discuss किया ammonia का. These are the derivatives of ammonia. NH3, okay, this NH2OH आपको NH3 के साथ पहले show करना है reaction of some compounds, whatever I give you in the homework. NH3, and these are the derivatives of ammonia. NH2OH, NH2, 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 NH, your phenyl ring, okay, your 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine, semicarbazide amine. Okay, these seven structures, these seven reagents के साथ आपको treatment कराना है and write down the reaction. And the first one is your first formaldehyde. I'm just giving the reactant and you have to treat with each and every reagent. Okay, seven reagent I have discussed and the ammonia and all its derivatives के साथ आपको reaction लिखना है. Okay, plus second one is your acetone. I have discussed one with acetone plus semicarbazide, and third one is your cyclohexane. Okay, I have only discussed one thing. Cyclohexanone का किसके साथ सेम है कार्बाजाइड का, but you have to write down the reaction of all the reagent. हाइड्रोजीन के साथ भी रिएक्ट कराना है आपने, अमोनिया के साथ भी रिएक्ट कराना है. ओके, 2,4-dinitrophenyl हाइड्रोजीन के साथ each and every reagent के साथ रिएक्ट करा के you have to write down the product. Clear, Aisha?
Yes.
Okay, so whenever when you do the homework, it will be more clear. और भी clear होगा आपका. So these three written. Okay, if written, just tell me the answer of this one. Semicarbazone plus cyclohexanone.
Instead
Semicarbazone.
of double bond O, there will be double bond semicarbazone
Okay,
attached
so
to
first you have
benzene
to,
ring.
yeah, first you will, not benzene ring. This is cyclohexanone. It is not a benzene ring. Phenyl ring nahi hai. Benzene ring is basically in which you will see the conjugated system. Okay, single and double bond, alternate single and bond. This is not a benzene ring. This is a cyclohexanone. Cyclic,
Okay.
this is cyclohexane, and what is cyclohexanone? There will be a double bond. This is a cyclohexane. Benzene ring nahi hai ye. Okay. Plus, whenever you treat it with semicarbazide, what is semicarbazide? NH2, NH, and CO, NH2. So you know very well this nitrogen will not participate due to the delocalization. This nitrogen will involve. So what you are supposed to, this two hydrogen from this nitrogen and oxygen, just remove kara do as a water. And what is Z group over here? So other than NH2, this group. So this is your Z group. NH, CO, NH2. So this benzene, not benzene, cyclohexane, cyclohexane, and you have to attach from here. जिस कार्बन से आपने ऑक्सीजन को रिमूव करा है, double bond, okay, this carbon double bond nitrogen, this nitrogen, then this nitrogen, NH, CO, and NH2 plus 1. So this will be your compound. Okay, this is the semicarbazone of cyclohexane. Clear, Aisha?
Yes.
Okay, so it was the first reaction with ammonia, the nucleophilic, first nucleophilic reaction. Second is your addition of, okay, we are just doing the nucleophilic addition reaction. Okay, so in the nucleophilic addition reaction, first kya tha? with ammonia and ammonia derivatives के साथ carbonyl compound का reaction. Second reaction is the addition of HCl, hydrogen cyanide, HCl. Now see, what's the reaction? Basically, it forms cyanohydrin. So, cyanohydrin forms whenever the carbonyl compound is added to HCN. So the product will be a cyanohydrin. आपको क्या मिलेगा? Cyanohydrin. So let's see what is cyanohydrin. So write down first. It forms cyanohydrin. You have HCN, HCN, okay, HCN. So in the basic medium, okay, when you add OH minus, basic medium दोगे Na plus OH minus देगा, okay, OH minus. So and this H plus, so it will get so again you will see H plus and Cn minus. ये किसमें dissociate होगा? This H plus and Cn minus, and this H plus it gets combined with this oxygen OH. Okay, so H2O, it will release water, okay, and you will get Cn minus. What happens? HCl, it will get dissociated into Cn minus plus water. Cn minus. And what is Cn minus? Cn minus is your nucleophile. Nucleophile की तरह ये act करेगा. So in this reaction, the nucleophile is your cyanide ion, Cn minus ion. Now you have a nucleophile. Now this is your carbonyl compound. Okay, carbonyl compound में आप क्या add कर रहे हो? HCN. Okay, so HCN will give you a Cn minus ion which act as a nucleophile. Okay, and you know very well, you should know nucleophile किस पे attack करेगा. Nucleophile is electron rich. It will goes to that carbon which is electropositive. Okay, जिसके पास electron की deficiency है, right, which has a positive charge. So between this carbon and oxygen, this oxygen is more electronegative, so it will acquire partial negative charge. So this carbon will acquire partial positive charge. So this cyanide ion, it will get attached to this carbon, and this bond will shift over here. So what you will get? Oxygen पे negative charge आएगा, okay, and this bond, and this cyanide will get attached to this. Now next step में H plus ion दोगे आप, so this H plus ion will get attached to this oxygen, and it will give you a cyanohydrin. What is this? Cyanohydrin. When the carbon on the same carbon, CN group and OH group, both are attached to the same carbon. So this is a cyanohydrin. What is this? This is a cyanohydrin. So in this, the addition of HCl to the carbonyl compound will give you a cyanohydrin as a product. Clear, Aisha?
Yes, ma'am.
So the reaction is very easy. अगर आप mechanism सिर्फ exam में सिर्फ reaction product लिखने के लिए है, no need to write down the mechanism. What you're supposed to do, just break this oxygen. Okay, just break this double bond, and oxygen से hydrogen attach कर दो, and to the same carbon just attach the second. Okay, so basically, suppose this is a carbonyl compound plus of Cn minus दे रहे हो. So whatever you are, so basically just break this bond and attach OH to the same carbon and Cn to the same carbon. Same carbon पे cyanide, okay, Cn group and OH group attached कर देना, and whatever the other group or other bond is present, just write down. Like CH3 अगर होगा यहाँ पे CH3, so just write down that. So that's very easy. Okay, next देखते हैं. Suppose we have CH2, CH3 and CH2. Okay, ethanol, CH3, CH2, aldehyde group है आपके पास. First step में आपने क्या किया? HCN दिया in the basic medium, HCN in the basic medium, and second step में just hydronium ion दे दिया. Okay, you are just doing the acidic hydration, hydration in the presence of acid, so it will give you a hydronium ion, H3O plus. So what is the product in this case? So it's very simple. That's very simple. Now say this carbon. आपने ये carbon लिखना है. This ketone, this aldehydic carbon. This carbon has one hydrogen. Okay, one hydrogen, and one methyl group. So just write down that. See, मैं कैसे लिख रही हूँ? This CH3CHO, this carbon, okay, this aldehydic carbon आपने लिखना है जिससे aldehyde ये this group. So this aldehydic carbon, so aldehydic carbon has one hydrogen and one methyl. Okay, and the oxygen is present. So उस oxygen से आपने क्या बना देना OH. Okay, and to the same carbon, just attach the CN group. So that is the product. That's very easy. Clear, Aisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. If you want the proper mechanism, then let's see. CH3A, CO, and H. In the first step, you are just giving the HCN plus OH. Okay, so basically this combination जब HCN को आप dissociate करोगे, so it will give you a CN minus sign. Okay, this will act as a nucleophile. It attached, ये इस carbon पे attack करेगा and this bond will shift over. So CH3, CH, oxygen negative charge, and here CN. Next step में आप क्या करो H3O plus दे रहे हो, right? So again this hydronium ये क्या करेगा इसे protonate कर देगा. So OH, hydrogen and C. So I'm just writing this. CH3, C. That is the mechanism and that is the direct reaction.
Ma'am, but why did we not use H plus?
H plus. So it will give you a H plus ion. The hydronium ion and H plus ion basically दोनों क्या काम करते हैं ये protonate करते हैं. Okay, so you can also write H plus ion. That's same thing. But in your exam, if they just give you the hydronium ion H3O plus, so you have to basically just do the protonation. आप oxygen का protonate करा दो, hydrogen add करा दो. That's what you are going to do. Third one. Now you will tell me this one. If I take the ketone, again I'm just taking the acetone and the same step. First step में we just use the HCl in the presence of a basic medium. Okay, and the second में just acid hydration करा दो. Okay, just write on the product only. Fourth one में if I take the again cyclohexanone plus the same thing. Okay, just quickly write on the product only. And Aisha,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, tell me the answer.
So the first one is CH3C, OH, CN, and CH3.
And this one?
Ma'am, I'm not sure about the second one.
Yeah, just
I'm not sure about
follow
the
the same.
placement of CN.
See, what I said, you have to place the OH and the CN on the same carbon. So this is the carbon, right? This is the carbon. You have to just break this bond and attach OH and the CN. CN the same carbon. So what will be the product? So the cyclohexane ring, okay, and here you will write OH. Okay, this oxygen, this ketonic group basically it will get reduced to the OH group. Okay, and here you will attach same carbon position, but this is the carbon. Okay, OH group to the same carbon and CN group. Both groups should be attached to the same carbon. So you will get this product. Here,
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
okay. So let's quickly do one more nucleophilic reaction. Right on the third one, the addition of hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide. Or you can say bisulfide. Bisulfide. So this is a carbonyl compound, carbonyl group, and hydrogen sulfide. Like sodium hydrogen sulfide, अगर हम लेते हैं sodium hydrogen sulfide, sulfide group is SO3, right? So NaHSO3. So what happens? What happens? You will get basically you will write this group. आप oxygen bond नहीं लिखोगे. You will write this group carbon. Okay, just see the sequence what I am using. So carbon double and this double bond so oxygen it will get oxygen. Okay, ये double bond break करोगे oxygen लिखोगे आप. Now this high sodium. Okay, this sodium because this sodium will get the positive. Okay, Na plus and this whole thing will get the negative charge. HSO3. SO3H will get the negative charge and this Na will get the positive charge. So what happens? This carbon, oxygen. So oxygen have the negative charge. So the sodium will get attached to that. यहाँ पे sodium आ जाता है. ONA. And here, the SO3 will get attached. First you have to prepare this. Again, see this. This is NaHSO3. Okay, so what you have to get this bond. आपने क्या करना है? This pi bond you have to break. Okay, and to this oxygen just attach the sodium. To this oxygen attach the sodium and the remaining group. Okay, the remaining group other than the sodium HSO3 group attached to the same carbon. Same carbon पे ही आपने attachment करनी, right? SO3H. Now, so the next step में क्या होता है? The proton gets transfer. यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Proton transfer. So what happens? This hydrogen, okay, this hydrogen, it get uh, basically it transfer from here to here. So basically this oxygen it abstract this hydrogen and यहाँ पे proton transfer हो जाता है. So this sodium gets over here. Sodium यहाँ पे आ जाता है SO3 minus Na and this oxygen के पास क्या आ जाता है hydrogen. So यहाँ पे proton transfer हो रहा है and this reaction is reversible. This reaction is basically reversible होता है. So what happens? This यहाँ पे आप क्या लिखोगे सोडियम की जगह पे OH. This hydrogen get over here and SO3 and Na. That is the product. That is the product. And this is what is this? This is so bisulfite addition product. Okay, you can say this is the addition product of the bisulfite or the hydrogen sulfide addition product. Okay, what gets attached? So SO3Na gets attached to the carbon. Okay, so that is the basic thing. That is the mechanics. Clear, Aisha? Any step में कोई भी doubt?
No doubt, ma'am.
Yeah, so just remember this step, proton transfer. Proton transfer जो होता है, the sodium gets transferred from here to here. Okay, and here OH gets, basically you will get the alcohol. Alcohol formed होते हैं and the addition product of the bisulfite. You can see. And what if you don't have to write down the whole mechanism? So what you're supposed to do? Suppose we have formaldehyde, SCHO, and you are just treating it with sodium bisulfite, sodium hydrogen sulfide. Okay, so what happens? So again, you will do the same thing. So at last, after the proton transfer, what you are supposed to do? आपको क्या करना है? This carbon, you can check. This carbon, okay, this carbon has how many hydrogen? Hydrogen. Other than oxygen, what are the groups? One hydrogen. Write down hydrogen, other hydrogen. Now, this oxygen, तो ऑक्सीजन के साथ क्या अटैच कर दो, H. Finally, after proton transfer, I'm just talking about the system. Final step की बात है. Just attach the hydrogen to the oxygen, and the remaining group. Okay, this NaHSO3. Okay, it's just attached over here. So SO3, not hydrogen, because hydrogen gets attached over here. So hydrogen gets attached over here, and the remaining group SO3Na will get attached to the same carbon SO3Na. Okay, that is the product. That is the addition product of ice. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if I write this one, you tell me CH3CH. Okay, and the same thing, NaHSO3 के साथ आप ट्रीटमेंट करा रहे हो, what will be the product? If it is ketone, acetone, NaHSO3, what will be the product? And again, if I take the cyclohexanone, NaHSO3, so what will be the product? Okay, just quickly do that. Yes, Aisha, done?
Ma'am, I'm doing the last one.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay, tell me the first one. CH3CHO.
Uh, CH, how do I
Carbon.
say the carbon?
You just tell me all the four groups which should be attached to this carbon.
CH3H, OH,
Yeah.
and SO3Na.
Yes.
And
Okay, and
then
what about this one?
SO3Na and OH.
Here, carbon. Then carbon say all the four groups. Just tell me this one.
SO3Na
Okay,
and OH.
SO3 OH, and here CH3CH3. Okay, this is
Yes.
CH3 and CH3. And what
And
about this
then
one?
OH and SO3Na
This
to
carbon.
the same carbon.
Yeah. To the same carbon, we have to attach SO3Na. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's what we have learned today. Just practice more questions based on that. And this is your homework. Yeah, you have to draw the structure of the following. The write on the reaction, okay, of formaldehyde, acetone, and cyclohexanone with all the derivatives of ammonia. Okay, like 7 derivatives I have discussed in today's class. The 7 derivatives. First, आप reactions किसके साथ show करोगे? Ammonia के साथ. After that, hydroxylamine.